Hello there. Good morning. This is Jo Cameron of Redmayne with Julian Mellor. Good morning.
Good morning, Jo.
How you doing?
Very good, thank you.
This is our Redmayne Halfway Hut, where we talk about all the concepts that overlap between leadership and golf. So hello, I hope you're well and I hope you enjoy our podcast. Today we're talking about the myth of keeping your head down, a well-known phrase in golf and at work. So we're going to be talking about that today because it's very important actually to keep your head up and move. So Julian, in golf, there's this bit of a myth, a global myth, isn't it, about keeping your head down. Do you actually know where it originated from or what? We haven't really been successful in trying to find out where it came from, have we?
No idea where it came from, but it is spoken all over the world amongst golfers. And it's one of our first deadly don'ts.
Yeah, so the easiest swing in golf, positive impact golf is the name of the book, isn't it, which Brian invented.
Yeah.
One of the deadly don'ts is...
Don't keep your head down.
Keep your head down. Right, why?
It stops body movement very, very simply. And through the research that we've done and that you've done, I think we're going to probably get people to understand why.
Yeah.
To the actual physical weight of the head.
Yeah. Well, 5 kilograms is the head weighs 5 kilograms, which is 8% of your body weight.
Yeah, that's a seriously heavy bit of kit, isn't it?
So if you're keeping it still, it's going to restrict your movement, isn't it?
Well, it kills golf swings. Yeah. It's a terrible thing to do.
But what do people say when they come to you and you go, right, okay, this is a deadly don't, which is like just all over the world in golf, people say keep your head down and you're telling them not to. What do they say? They must think, well, that's a bit weird because that's what everybody tells you to do.
What we love to do is either prove or disprove things. So we tend to ask questions to start off with to find out what they believe. And when they say to me, you've got to keep your eye on the back of the ball, keep your head down, I then get them to hit shots with their eyes shut.
Yeah.
First and foremost. And of all the people that I've tried this on, nobody's missed a golf ball. So it's not factually true that you have to look at the ball to hit it. And then we get people to move their head towards the target before they've even struck the golf ball. And very commonly they strike it better, longer and straighter. And it's just really the power of people's belief saying you must keep your head down to hit it, but how much it stops the body moving naturally, it's a terrible thing
and
to
it
do.
can lead to injury as well, can't it?
Oh, massive. Neck injuries, lower back, left knee, quite commonly in golf swings, yeah. I mean, you only have to look at Tiger, how injured he is. And I'm not saying it's his head that was the issue, but one of our other deadly don'ts is don't keep your foot down, and that was it's one thing he's always done. So
wow. So you're saying before you strike the ball, look towards your target, and you said it's about your eyes as well, isn't it? Not just about your head, but your eyes.
The eyes become laser focused on the golf ball with most golfers, and that really stops them moving. But the ideal scenario is as soon as you strike the ball, go with it. Don't wait for that. For the club to pass the body, just go with it. As soon as you strike it, off you go. Yeah.
But the laser I love that word about being laser focused. I love that. Because don't you find, once you become laser focused on the ball, like any target, the doubts creep in.
Yeah.
You think, oh, my life, I'm going to miss it. So increase the doubts. So you're less likely to hit it because you get so laser focused on hitting the ball rather than achieving your target.
Yeah, and people just don't realise how restrictive it is doing that. Yeah, it's a terrible thing to do.
So we're saying, move your head, move your eyes. What about that little experiment that you do with people moving their eyes? If we can get so listen. Not if you're driving, don't do this now. But there's a little experiment, isn't there? You can do when you've got a minute.
If you stand up tall and turn either to the right or to the left, facing forward, see how much your body can rotate. Then allow your eyes to move around in the same direction that you're turning and just see how much further you're able to turn. Quite common, at least 45 degrees more rotation once you let the eyes go. So everybody says it's the head, but the head is the thing that they see, but it's the actual eyes, are the things that stop you moving, yeah.
And if you've got more rotation, then what?
You're going to hit the golf ball further, basically. Yeah.
I did that experiment, didn't I, with the eyes, and I could get substantially further. And in yoga, our yoga teacher is always saying, to get more from your, especially like the twist that we do in yoga, to get more from your twist, move your eyes, because I'm doing it now. I know you can't see me, this is a podcast, but I am actually doing it now, like experimenting with my eyes, moving around. And you can get more from your body.
I reckon I could get close to 260, 270 degrees of rotation if I allow my feet to move freely.
Yeah.
moving my eyes than if I keep my eyes focused on a point in front of me.
And if you move freely, what else happens then to the golf?
Well, you're going to hit the ball further, but you're going to move much more efficiently as a human being. We're not designed to keep things too still when we're doing a throwing action. So,
I love that, what you say about throwing action as well, because that was another thing that you said, wasn't it? About, if you were throwing something, explain the analogy there between if you're throwing something and the golf swing.
People, or I'm going to say golfers initially and then teachers have analysed the golf swing to death. And they measure angles. I mean, there's so many clever measuring devices out there now, and it even measures the amount of down pressure through your feet to within a 1 degree. Now, if you're starting to think about those things, like my body must stay still 1 more degree than it's been used to, 1 degree is nothing. Six degrees is 1 second on a clock face. It's nothing, really. So if you're becoming paranoid with a degree, you are not going to swing that golf club freely, no question about it. So you've got to really, what we love to try and do is prove the simplicity of the golf movement.
Which is like the throwing action.
The throwing action, yeah.
Because you get people to do that as well, don't you?
Yeah, and in theory, that's a complex movement. You've got to have it. You've got to release whatever you're throwing at the right time, the right trajectory, at the right speed to hit target. And yet we can all do that instinctively.
Would you advise people to do that then?
I
have
think
a practice
it's a great
with
practice
just
thing. Yeah.
Throwing stuff.
Yeah, and start.
Not just stuff, like, don't just throw stuff at anybody.
No,
but
right.
Out somewhere in the open.
Definitely, and just realise how talented you are as a human being. You don't need to measure these things too much. Yeah, there's a lot of things now in golf. You use what's called a laser measuring device, and people will measure it from like 22 yards. It's just that far. It's just 22 yards. Use your eyes. They're much more powerful than anything else.
Do you know what I think? All that though, that it all panders to the chimp, doesn't it? In your head, that great book called The Chimp Paradox, which is basically a thing that talks you out of doing things. The chimp, doesn't it? It panders to that.
Yeah, it
if
does.
you're about to hit the ball and you're thinking about your angles and your pressure and your degrees and all that sort of stuff, you're almost going to talk yourself out of doing anything.
Well, you do, and then it becomes a place to go to for an excuse.
Yeah.
So often you see that. Oh yeah, but my glutes weren't firing today. Guess what? Probably
people say that, yeah.
Yeah, Tiger Woods used to say that all the time.
Oh, he did.
Yeah,
right, okay.
But then everybody goes, yeah, we'll follow those things. Yeah, and I've got to dial my wedges in now.
What's that?
Well, what the hell does that mean? What it really means is I need to make sure I'm hitting them the right distance. Or just practice variable distances. Don't just go 80 yards with a 3/4 swings. Go 75 yards with something different, with a different
What
club.
we're saying is keep it simple, innit? Keep it simple. Your body is built for golf. Like you always said to me, your hands are built for golf.
Yeah, they are.
Because they've got a natural line.
Yeah, they have, yeah. But yeah, like we said, there's a lot of people making a lot of money out of making this game more technical. And I'm not sure you need to be doing that.
Well, you've got 6 principles, haven't you? And that's it. Yeah. 6 principles, 3 deadly don'ts. And anybody can understand them. I mean, I know them off by heart now, don't I? Because they're in my brain.
Yeah, absolutely.
From the YouTube.
But if those principles really turn into a feeling.
Yeah.
So we don't want people to go away with 6 swing thoughts. We want them to go away with a feeling.
Yeah. Which is more confidence, more relaxed, more belief in themselves.
Yeah,
you've had a really fascinating week this week, haven't you?
Oh,
because you've had that guy ring up. He's 2 hours away, which is basically he's injured, wants to stop golf, hasn't he? And he's come in.
He's in his 70s.
And he's really inspired again now. He's excited about coming again, isn't he?
Yeah.
He's going to get his golf back.
He is going to get his golf back,
Wow.
but he doesn't know that he's going to yet. And I'll guarantee he'll be keeping his head down, he'll be keeping his left arm straight, and he'll be keeping his left foot on the floor. Because he's injured in his knees, in his hips, and in his shoulders. And they're the first places we go to. Okay, let's either prove or disprove whether you're doing it right or wrong. And very common, I'll just get him moving naturally again.
And that other guy said as well, hadn't he? He'd been in the States or something, because you've got this some people in the States on the online program, haven't you?
And they fully believe, because I would say technical teaching in America is far more prominent than it is in the UK, and we're pretty technical over here, and they're just drowning in this technology bath that we need to start to ease off, really.
Are you drowning in the technology bath? Do you know what? That's a really good lead in.
Yeah.
Do you know? Because we, obviously we're talking about the golf, but how then it relates to leadership as well. Because what we've discovered is about your posture and how it affects your working life as well. So I've got some facts and figures for you, right?
I love these. Yeah,
it's really good, isn't it?
Brilliant.
Because there's a really, really, really famous TED talk. If you're into your TED talks, if you're not, Google it because they're brilliant. They're 20-minute talks of like leading experts around the world. But there's a very, very well-known one by a lady called Amy Cuddy, who's like a body language expert. But she's not just talking about body language. She talks about how it affects your mood and your state of mind. So I've been teaching this stuff for a while. But basically, one of her favourite things is when you stand up tall in what they call a power posture, it actually changes the chemistry in your brain. So it pushes testosterone up, which makes you feel braver, and your cortisol, which is stress hormone, down. So it changes the chemistry of your brain just by the posture that you're adopting. So I've been teaching that stuff for years with some success, which is brilliant. But then she's moved on to talk about other things, which I find fascinating, which relates to something called, it relates to technology, actually, and how our postures are all now being negatively affected by technology. So apparently our addiction to mobile phones is called nomophobia. So this addiction to iPhones is negatively affecting our mood and our posture. And she's created something called iHunch.
Right, okay.
iHunch. So that's the
Is
hunch
from
that you get.
from the iPhone?
Yeah, from using your iPhone.
Yeah. Well,
So-
have you ever seen a winner walk around with his head down?
Never.
Or her down.
No,
Sorry,
that's
her
right,
down,
isn't
yeah.
it?
Yeah.
But the head down thing at work, people often use that when they're busy or when
Yeah.
they're under, oh, it's really busy at work, I've just got to keep my head down.
Yeah.
Well, the damaging thing about keeping your head down is that you're only going to see what's in front of you. You're not going to see the broader picture, but it will affect your mood. And they've done a lot of research to work out how negatively it affects your mood. So in 2015, the Health Psychology Journal did some experiments on 74 people, and they were randomly either sat upright or slumped, and they were actually strapped into the chairs in these postures. But they found that research concluded that with your good posture, in the face of stress, they could maintain their self-esteem, their mood was improved, and they had an increased rate of speech, and reduces the self-focus. So when you're sitting upright in a good posture, you're going to feel so much better about yourself.
It's not rocket science, is it? But until it's
It's not rocket science.
No,
it's not rocket science. But the issue is that we've all got so hooked on our technology that our postures have become really bad.
Yeah.
So we're like leaning forward in this mode. So it's actually proven that it can make you sad, it can make you anxious, and
I mean, if I was you, if you're listening to this, don't take our word for it. Sit up.
yeah, just sit up and see if you feel any better.
Lift your head up and stand tall.
Yeah.
And see if you feel any different. Definitely.
But the issue is as well, you see, when you're leaning forward, because your head's so heavy, we said it's 5 kilograms.
Yeah.
So it's 8% of your body weight. So if you're a scientist and engineer like I am, right, you'll know that if you're leaning forward, your head's going to get heavier by the science, by the very nature of that science. So every time you lean forward 60 degrees, the stress on your neck is increased by 60 pounds.
That's incredible.
So for every extra inch you move your neck forward, there's an extra 10 pounds of weight added on.
Jeez, no wonder these golfers
You're
are
going to get
struggling,
tired,
isn't
aren't
it?
you?
Yeah.
You're going to get tired.
Well, golfers
You're
are
gonna-
so commonly shattered by hole 15, 16.
Well, if you're keeping your head down, that's
And
why.
if they're doing it, that is not going to help, is it? So
'Cause it's gonna
for
go
God's
up.
sake, start moving your head.
It's gonna, yeah. Well, I think you've got the point here. Move your head, because basically it's going to get heavier, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely.
The further forward you have your head, it's going to get heavier. So as leaders, what I'm suggesting is, as a leader, excuse me, it can get tough being a leader sometimes, and you can feel down if the manager's giving you a load of grief from the top and you're getting it from the middle as well. It's called the sandwich profession in the middle, and I've been there as a middle manager. So you get pressure from above and you get pressure from below, and sometimes you feel like you're not winning anywhere. So if you ever get like that, you've got to get up. You've got to shift your posture, close your laptop, put your iPhone away, sit up straight. Your breathing will get better. You'll lose less energy because your head's not leaning forward. And check out Amy Cuddy's TED Talk, because it's brilliant.
Great idea.
Do you know the other thing is that apparently asthma and heart disease begin in your neck.
Oh, right, okay.
So if you're putting your neck under pressure, if you're putting your neck under pressure, it's obviously going to affect your brain negatively.
Yeah, definitely.
Fascinating, isn't it? So move your head.
Move your head, yeah.
The other study in 2010 was in Brazil. examined posture and body image in people with major depressive or disorders. And over 10 weeks, 34 of the participants with depression were matched with 37 healthy volunteers, and they both had their postures assessed. And they found that in the patient's posture, when it changed, when they were in their depressive mode, their heads were actually leaning forward more. And it increased their dissatisfaction with their body image. Amazing, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. So if you're playing bad, stop looking at the grass and start looking at the sky. That's what I say.
How true is that?
Yeah.
Stop looking at the grass. Look at your target. So that's our tips, isn't it? Really, our 5 tips are. So yours is. What's your top tip?
I think if I was you, I would start to really understand how not moving something, certainly not moving a part of your body, your head in golfing terms, dramatically affects your movement.
Yes.
So start to learn that and experiment with it.
Yeah, experiment. That's what we're always saying on these podcasts, isn't it? You know, exactly. Just get out, experiment. You know, if it goes horribly wrong, just experiment again, isn't it? Just keep going. But what we're saying is, scientifically, keeping your head down is going to make you tired. It's going to make you too laser focused. Your chimp's going to come in because you're looking down, aren't you?
Yeah,
and the golf course is a beautiful place, isn't it?
It's a very nice place to be. Yeah. Look around.
We're recommending people hit the ball with their eyes closed as well.
And what's on the other side of too much? You know, experiment. Yes, you can always do something too much, but how do you know until you've got there?
What's on the other side of too much? Yeah. Same as what our yoga teacher says. What's on the other side of boredom?
Yes.
Keep going, because you never know what's on the other side of boredom. And I'm saying before you start work, remind yourself of where you're going and what you're doing, rather than hitting the iPhone and the laptop straight away, and stand up and move around.
Yeah.
Get your head They say it varies really on the research about what's a good posture. A lot of people say sit up straight. Some people say sit at 135 degrees, sort of leaning back.
Yeah.
However, if you've got your computer to lean into, it's going to give you back and neck ache.
Yeah.
Nobody says lean forward.
Look at standing up desks, I say.
Yeah, I know. Human beings are meant to stand up, aren't they? They're meant to run as well. It's called bipedal motion.
Oh, right. Okay.
Your legs. Yeah, human beings are meant to move with bipedal too.
I'm good at walking.
You are good at walking. So what you got on this week? More walking.
More walking. Yeah, new guys coming this week.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a really exciting.
You've got a captain,
week.
a county captain as well on board now.
County captain has started to come. He's struggling with pains in his body. Doesn't think he'll be able to play past 50 if he keeps doing what he's doing, and wants to find an easier way of swinging the golf club. So we're going to help him. And
then this week, I'm seeing 3 different venues for our launches. So we're launching in Warwickshire on the 30th of June, dates for your diary, at the Ardencote. We're launching down at the Oxfordshire on the 19th of May, and then got some more conversations with people. So it's all exciting stuff, isn't it?
It is. There's a lot happening.
And we've got to do a lot sitting up and standing up.
Yeah.
And keep him moving about. What are we doing the weekend? It's bank holiday again.
Bank holiday, another one.
I know, another one, yeah. We've got some homework to do for the little one, haven't we?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm going to struggle with that one.
You're under pressure now. We put you under pressure.
I am. I feel it as well.
We've got a couple of hours to ourselves because the little one's going to a party.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to get up early, I think, on Sunday and start.
And start your little project.
Yeah.
But we've got a couple of hours to ourselves. What should we do? Don't know. Go for a walk.
Yeah, it's just what I need, that.
Well, I'll go for a walk and you can do something else.
Yeah,
you can drink some wine.
I'll probably still be doing this other project.
Anyway, this is Joe Cameron and Julian Mellor of Red Main Group. We hope you enjoyed the podcast today. Remember, you can tweet us or email us if you like on info@redmaingroup.com. I'm Joe Cameron on Twitter, and you are Julian Mellor Pro on Twitter. Look us up, follow us, and if you want to subscribe to the newsletter, go on to www.redmaingroup.com. So we hope to hear from you soon. Take good care. Have a lovely day.
Have a good one.
Bye.